Well, the Biden-Harris economy in a free fall after making a massive revision to the latest jobs report. The administration overstating job growth by a whopping 818,000. That was from April 2023 to March of this year. This is the second largest correction to happen since the 2008 financial crisis. So is our economy in more trouble than we think? Joining me now is financial analyst and investor and host of the Candy Valentino Show, Candy Valentino. Also with us is the president of Strellmark Business and Development Consultants, Hillary Fordwich. Good to have you both with us today. Candy, we'll begin with you. Why the massive revision? What exactly is the Biden administration hoping to pull off here?
Yeah, so, it's interesting. We already can't really trust politicians. Now we can't trust the data that they give us, because this is the second time, as you said, that the Bureau of Labor and Statistics has made a revision. The first, just in 2022, when they posted numbers ahead of when they were supposed to, and traders got an inside edge to that information. So we really need to be looking at what I believe everybody already knows. We've had horrific inflation, and even though they say it's now coming down, what it doesn't do is translate to the American people and to their pocketbooks. It takes a long time. It just basically says that costs are not rising rapidly as they were. But can we even trust that information now? We already know that interest rates are not packed into inflation numbers. We now know that the jobs report, anybody in business, any entrepreneur would know how the job market has been, and a lot of employees know as well that it is a very lateral move type of market right now. So we're not surprised by this correction, but the gross negligence on the BLS is definitely something that should be investigated, because this is not the first time that it's happened.
Hillary, many are very concerned about the state of our economy, but you wouldn't know that if you were at the DNC and asked Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo about this revision. Here's what she said.
I am curious as to your thoughts on today, the Bureau of Labor saying that more than 800,000 fewer jobs were actually created than initially reported. Do you potentially think that this new numbers could be a liability for this campaign?
No. When I hear that, first of all, I don't believe it, because I've never heard Donald Trump say anything truthful.
It is, though, from the Bureau of Labor.
I'm not familiar with that.
Hillary, there's two options here. She's either full of it or she's not reading the statistics. Which one do you think it is?
Well, she's absolutely incompetent. Who in government, as a commerce secretary, doesn't know about the Department of Labor? Every business person in America basically knows about the Department of Labor. So that's what I think it is. I think that she's obviously totally incompetent, because she just proved it on air there. Some of the things, though, actually, Logan, everything that Candy said, totally correct. If I might add, also, though, two other things I find rather frightening. One, the official revision, when that's going to come out? That's going to come out in February. That's when the Department of Labor will actually have reconciled all of the unemployment claims against their labor statistics. So that's the official revision. This was the preliminary revision, Logan. I will lay a bet to any member of our audience, any Democrat, any Republican, that number's going to be even worse in February. That's scary. What is also scary is when you look at the data and you see that 115,000 of those jobs were in manufacturing, and our manufacturing is now in a deficit. We lose more manufacturing jobs every single year than we gain. That is the middle and lower class blue collar workers of America being gutted, and our jobs going to other countries. And last but not least, when Kamala Harris talks about penalizing corporations and raising the corporate tax rate, why do you think 976 American corporations are headquartered in Ireland? They don't go to Ireland because of the rain. They go there because the corporate tax rate in America is 21.8%, and there it's 12.5%. If we raise that rate even more American companies are going to leave our shores. When American companies leave our shores, they take manufacturing jobs and they take basic jobs. And last but not least, Intel just let go of 15,000 people. When high tech is shedding their employees, there's a real problem.
And Candy, between price control proposals and also this proposal of taxing unrealized capital gains. 44.6% tax on capital gains and a 25% minimum tax on those unrealized gains greater than $100 million. This is also on top of jacking up the corporate tax rate from 21% to 28%. What will that all do to entrepreneurship and business in our country?
So everything Hillary said was spot on. When we take this corporate rate up more, we are going to continue to crush the middle class. We're going to crush the entrepreneurship in our country, and jobs and companies are going to leave. We know by all the data. Dr. Arthur Laffer did all of the research when he was under Reagan and when he was Trump and part of Trump's Economic Council, that anywhere from 15 to 17%, when we drive our tax rates down, we actually collect more revenue as a country, and more people have more money in their pocket. This isn't us guessing. This is all of the research. When she's going to take this rate up, it's literally just a talking point. And again, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about. Is she full of it or just completely incompetent? Because we know that this doesn't work. We know that this is going to continue to cripple the economy, and we are not going to collect any more revenue from it as our country. I think this is just continuing to see that 4 more years under this administration and the disastrous decisions that they made is not going to get us in a better situation. It's going to get us one where we might not even be recognizable on the global stage, and that is a very scary place to be for all businesses and all Americans.
And right now you also have some top market analysts even saying that the stock market currently has a Trump bump because of the betting odds that currently show him with a slight lead over Kamala Harris. A big impact on the economy coming up in this November election. Candy Valentino and Hillary Fordwich, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having us, Logan.